Hey people, welcome to Yahoo in the Know Furniture Flip. I'm your host Bree, and I'm going to be showing you how to transform your furniture and bring it back to life. Let's go. I got this piece of furniture from Facebook Marketplace. I paid $50 for this piece. Originally, it's from Amazon. You can find this piece on Amazon, I think for $250, and it's in good condition, but it's boring. So that's why we're going to be redesigning it to make it fun and unique. Okay, so with this dresser, I'm doing what I call a wallpaper hack. And what that means is I'm gonna be using pill and stick wallpaper on the two sides of the cabinets. This is going to give it a really fun design. To cut the wallpaper, I'm just using a craft knife, and then I'm going to be using green paint. This green paint is going to match the colors of the wallpaper. To apply the paint, I'm going to be using a roller. And then I'm going to be using gold paint. The gold paint is for the knobs. And then I'm using a sanding block. And the sanding block is to scuff sand the entire piece before I paint it. Top coat is going to help protect the dresser, make sure that it stays painted without any scratches for a really long time. Okay, so for this piece, the screws are on the outside of the hardware. So I'm just gonna take my screwdriver and I'm just screwing all the knobs off. And this is for when I sand and when I paint, I don't have to worry about going around the knob. Okay, so now that all the knobs are off, we're going to be giving this entire piece a scuff sand. So I'm using a 150 sanding block. And when you're scuff sanding, all you want to do is just lightly go back and forth. You're not sanding down the entire piece to raw wood. With the scuff sand, you're just sanding enough so when you apply the paint sticks. And you really just need to go over it about 1 to 2 times and then you're done. And then we're just gonna wipe this dust off and then we'll move on to the next step. Cabinet doors, those doors are getting wallpaper. So I'm going to remove them, that way I can paint the rest of the dresser and then we'll add the wallpaper later. Okay, so I'm going to pour my paint into the little tray, and this will just make it easier when you're using a roller to get the paint and then just wipe off any of the extra paint and then we'll roll it on. And I like using a roller instead of a brush because with the roller, you don't have to worry about any brush strokes. So it just makes for a really, really smooth and pretty finish when you're done. So that's one coat on the top. It's still a little blotchy, but we're gonna let this dry and then do another coat. So you don't want to keep adding on the paint when you see this, because if you just keep adding on, it's just gonna keep smearing and it's still not gonna cover it. Okay, so now that the dresser is done being painted, we're going to be adding the wallpaper to the cabinet doors. So I'm going to show you how to do that. To put the wallpaper on the cabinet doors, I like to lay out my wallpaper flat. And then I'm going to put the cabinet doors on top of the wallpaper. And we're going to place the cabinet door right in the middle of the wallpaper. And you're going to cut around it. Now you have the perfect size wallpaper. And it's okay if you have a little bit of trim left over. We're just gonna shave this part off with the blade. Pill and stick wallpaper is my favorite to use because there's no messing up. If you do mess up, if it goes on crooked, if it doesn't go on right, it pills right up. Peel back the white paper on the back, just like that. And then I don't peel it all the way off. I'm just gonna peel back the part at the top that I'm going to be using, and then I'll pull back the rest as I'm putting it on. Start from a corner and then go to the other corner, and then you're going to press down. Besides using your hand to smooth it out, you can use a flat piece of plastic. A lot of people will use like a gift card or a debit card, and this will help smooth out the wallpaper. So the first piece is done. So it's that easy. And if there's any trim that is left over, like on this side, we're just gonna take the knife and we're just gonna trim this up. Okay, so now we're done with the cabinet doors. I'm going to be painting the knobs gold, and then we're gonna add the top coat, and that's gonna be it for this dresser. Okay, so now we're going to be adding the top coat to the entire dresser. And like I said before, this is going to help protect the dresser from any scratches, going to make sure that the paint stays on for a really long time. And to apply the top coat, I'm just going to be using my roller again. Okay, and then we're gonna do the same thing on the sides and the drawers. All right, so now we're all done applying the top coat. We're going to let this dry for just a few minutes, and then we're gonna come back and add the gold knobs, and then that's gonna be it. So here's the big reveal. The dresser is done. The handles are gold and shiny. It looks completely different. Make sure to stay tuned for more Yahoo in the Know furniture flip.